Welcome. I'm Linda, and I am your host. And this is Lou, our weight loss counselor. And so today we are talking about PowerFuels and SmartCarbs, and we're talking about how to maybe have them, as you're doing some snacking, and how they can kind of work for you that way. So why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, and then we can get into the snacking.
Sure. So my name is Lou, or Lucrecia. I'm a weight loss counselor here at Nutrisystem. I've been here for about 10 years. And I just really love supporting people on their weight loss journeys. It's so rewarding to speak to people from all walks of life, from all over the country, to hear their stories of success, and even when they're having a challenge, to be able to give them advice to help them with being able to turn things around, and really continue on so they can be successful and reach their health goals and whatever goals that they have when it comes to improving their lifestyle for the long term.
I actually totally agree. So this is something I talk about every single time we do one of these, is that I love helping people. I love hearing the stories. I like seeing the pictures of the bears, the gold bears. So I love that. I think it's one of the best parts to have somebody say, hey, I loved it that somebody was like, I just got my 50-pound bear. I just love that. I love those stories. I love it when people are like, here he is, and I keep him around to remind myself of the weight loss wins that I had. And you can continue to do those things. So we know that we have the big game. We have Super Bowl coming up on Sunday. And a lot of people who don't even like football will end up watching the game just because nothing else will be on. And everybody else is kind of into it. So with that, there also comes this huge spike of snacking. So I was joking around with Lou earlier, and I was calling her our snacking coach. So today she is going to help us with snacking, and so what we want to do is come across, and so let's use the football strategy. Let's do a warm up. What's our offense and what's our defense? So let's do it like football style. So what's our warm up for this?
So the warm-up for this would be just as it would be for any day when you happen to eat off. We want you to still try to follow your meal plan for the first half of your day. The game is not until later on in the evening, 6:30. So what you can do for Sunday is still follow and have your breakfast, your morning snack, your lunch, your afternoon snack, and then how about save your flex dinner for the game night. One of the great things would be if you happen to have it at your home, then you have some control over the different snacks that are going to be available. And even if you are going out, you can, offer to bring something with you, something that, you'll be able to nosh on while everyone else is having those foods. And the thing is, just so you can keep on track. We know, just like with the holidays, everyone is not going to be perfect every day, all the time. But the thing is, we don't want it to be where it just takes you so completely off course. We want you to stay strong. You can do it. It just takes some preparation.
Preparation is key. So that's our warm-up, is prep and scope out everything and make sure you're bringing something for yourself. So prep for the day. So we'll get to the offense and the defense, but we have a couple of questions coming in. Nikki is she can't wait to start. She got her first shipment on Saturday.
Congrats.
Wait, she gets her first shipment on Saturday.
Oh, okay.
So it's coming on Saturday. I think it's a great time to start. And then Nina said she lost 24 pounds in 1990. She lost 24 pounds and got down to 102. Oh my gosh. And she recently put it on, so she's ready to start losing again.
Excellent.
So go Nina. Nina, you can do it. You did it before, so you go. And Josh says he's about to start Nutrisystem. He has his first month and week, but he's having surgery tomorrow, so he hasn't started. But Josh, hang in there.
Yes.
Get the surgery done, and then afterwards, the food's ready for you. We're ready for you, and our weight loss counselors are ready for you. Like,
definitely,
we're all here ready
we
for
are.
you. And let's see. And then Julie has lost 6 pounds in 3 weeks. What?
Great
That's
job.
fantastic.
Congratulations.
I know that sometimes that people think that 6 pounds in 3 weeks isn't a lot.
No, it's great.
So talk about what kind of weight loss you should expect.
So, and that's actually one of the issues a lot of people have, is that the expectations. It would be great. We all would love to lose 20 pounds in a month. But the thing is that we want to have sustained long-term weight loss. So the typical rate of weight loss, the healthy rate of weight loss, should actually be about 1% of your body weight per week, which is typically 1.5 to 2.5 pounds a week. So it sounds like you are right there where you should be, smack dab in the middle. With 6 pounds in 3 weeks, that's 2 pounds a week. So you are doing a fantastic job. Keep it up.
You go. Keep it up. And then I think Pam just said she lost 7 pounds in a week. Pam, that is fantastic.
Oh my gosh.
Those are amazing results. Okay,
That's
so
fantastic.
And Mendez has a question about alcohol.
Yeah.
So we get this one a lot.
We do. And everyone always thinks that we're going to say, no. Now, I have to say, if it is during the turbo week, we do want you to avoid using the alcohol because it can interfere with your results. But if you're past that, what we recommend is for you to try to limit yourself. If you're able to limit yourself to no more than like 1 to 2 light beers or 1 to 2 4 or 5 ounce glasses of wine a week, you actually can be okay. It doesn't really interfere with your weight loss too much.
No, and I think that gets to a really great point that you want it to be able to work for you.
Exactly.
So we say, so this is part of our offense is to have light beer or to have clear alcohols or wines which have a little bit less calories than some of the other heavy lagers or something like that. So choose something that has a little bit less calories. Yes, you got to do a little bit of homework and looking at this stuff, but it's kind of worth it because you want to have weight loss wins.
Exactly.
Anyway, so we have Anna says our daughter is on your plan but has only lost 6 pounds in 1 month. But Anna, that's actually
that's really good. So, definitely. Without knowing her personal information, what I would definitely suggest is for her or you to give us a call in the counseling department. So that we can go over her meal plan, because sometimes it could be, if you think that there's something that may be interfering with her weight loss, but she's actually sounds like she's right where she should be. So she's actually doing a really, really great job. But you guys can always call in for additional tips. We'd be happy to help.
And keep in mind, it took a while for the weight to get on.
Definitely.
When you're eating bad and you're excited because the weight didn't show.
Yeah.
You've been there. You've been like, hey, I ate really bad, and then you're on the scale and you're like, it didn't show, and you're like, okay, so this is kind of. Sure. But also, once the weight's gone, and especially for women, once the weight's gone, it seems like once you're on kind of that decline, it seems like it's more permanent. And maybe definitely. Seems is the operative word there. Somebody said that they were concerned about plateaus, and they were concerned that about plateaus and kind of how to bust those. So do you have any? They've been a month in, did turbo takeoff, and then now they feel like they're plateauing. So any suggestions there?
Okay, so a couple of things with that, and this is really great. We get this question a lot when it comes to the plateau. So for us, we actually consider a plateau when you've been doing the program for at least 2, maybe 3 months, and there's been at least 2 weeks of no weight loss. So the thing would be, if you've been weighing, are you weighing every day? Because if you are, we actually recommend to try to weigh once a week because your weight will naturally fluctuate day to day and it can get really discouraging. But definitely I would, again, suggest calling in so we can go over that with you in more detail in the counseling department. We'll be happy to help you with figuring out if there's something that may be slowing up your weight loss.
Right. So plateaus are, they can be something that can be really discouraging.
Yeah,
especially,
we don't want that.
Yeah, and, you got to keep on keeping on. And if you call somebody, sometimes you just feel like that little extra invigoration.
Yeah.
Like, I called and they believe in me and I can do this. So you got this. So give us a call or just continue down the path and, and stay strong because you can do it.
You can do it.
And then I think Vicki said that Guinness is actually very healthy beer. So Vicki, sorry about that. It wasn't picking on Guinness specifically. It was actually picking on another one. But anyway, so we have so Vicki O'Hara is talking about while everybody's eating wings that she is going to try baked buffalo cauliflower.
Yes.
And so can you talk about that a little bit? So all of my comments are so I can't catch everybody's name. I'm so sorry, but I caught like the essence of. So tell us about the baked buffalo cauliflower because we were talking about it earlier, and then I was like, I'll do it this way. So you go ahead.
So cauliflower cauliflower is actually been a vegetable that's really coming into, I don't know, it's like one of the now vegetables, you know, like how kale was a now vegetable. And so since it's very bland, it actually takes on a lot of the flavors that you would use to season it up. So people, so you can take the cauliflower and slice it up. Bake it, put a little butter spray, still use the Frank's or whatever buffalo sauce on it, and you would be good to go.
Or Texas Pete.
Okay.
You can take your pick for you buffalo snobs.
Sorry, exactly. I'm sorry. I was like Houston, so.
Well, and then so I was talking about that. So I know people are doing wings. So I was talking about taking some grilled chicken, and you can take grilled chicken as your power fuel, and you can actually put some Frank's on that.
Yes, you
and
can.
then that counts. You know, then you get to have your buffalo wings. I realize that, you know, they are not the deep fried, but you know what? When you're looking at your defensive strategy, you got to stay away from those wings. I mean, if you want to stay with something that's a little bit more healthy, so you want to give us some more healthy options that might be available. Like if you're going to a Super Bowl party, what should people look for rather than not look for?
Yeah, definitely. So, so what you can look for, as well as if you want to possibly bring with you, would be a veggie tray. If they happen to have some tossed salad, if they maybe have some type of veggie dish appetizer like kale chips or like, you know, we were just talking about like the cauliflower wings, the buffalo wings. Those are the types of things that you can go for. If you want to do a power fuel, the string cheese, again, you know, with the chicken, trying to look for things that are not fried, stuff that's not in like buttery, hopefully like smothered in butter and cheese, because those are the things that are really going to, you know, more than likely slow or, you know, mess with your weight loss for the week. So if you can really try to avoid those things, that will be best.
Right. So you want to have a good game plan going in. And the veggie tray, I know people are always like, I don't want to bring the veggie tray, but you know what? How many times I bring the veggie tray, people eat it, and people are actually grateful. So, you know, you don't want to be that person to bring the veggie tray, but be the person to bring the veggie tray, because really everybody's eating it. Yeah. And then if you make your own dip out of Greek yogurt.
Yes, that's so good. Yes.
Mix it with like cauliflower. Mm-hmm. No, not cauliflower. Cucumbers and tomatoes.
Mm-hmm.
Or what did you say?
No, I was gonna say like some people use like the spinach to make
a
spinach dip with it.
Yeah, that actually sounds.
And season it.
That sounds really. She's got some good ideas here. It's making me hungry. So you have your offense and you have your defense. So the defense is just, I mean, if you gotta have a wing, have a wing, but like try to stay away from too many wings.
Exactly, and that's one of the tricks, just in general. Like, if you can, if it is something like you're like, oh my gosh, I have to have it. The whole thing is try to just have like that one, you know, small piece, one bite, one taste of the item, so you can feel like, okay, I've had it, but not let it, you know, then just kind of, you know, snowball into like, I've had everything on the table. And
so I like to try to say pick 3 things and have like a couple of bites of those. Yeah. So I'll have 2 bites of the wings.
Be very strategic.
Yes, and the pizza. You know, if you know you can't just have one piece, don't do it, because it's just too big of a. Because you know, once you get into it, you can't get out. So I mean, with wings, I'll be okay. I'll have one and I'll be all right. Yeah. But pizza, look at the pizza, and the pizza is like, Linda, come and eat me. So Vicky said, deviled eggs at a Super Bowl party. What do you say?
That would be one of those things, even though, yes, egg is a power fuel, but because of all of the stuff in it, that would be, I would say, one of the things that Linda mentioned. Like, if you want to just have like that one, if you want to have it as that one of your 3 picks, because it does have a higher caloric value because of what is in it. But that is actually a decent choice. It would be a decent choice.
Jackie said that she made the mock fried rice, and she loved it. I haven't
made the mock fried rice with the cauliflower rice. I just tried that, and it's so easy. All you have to do is just take the raw cauliflower, put it in the blender, and it literally makes like looks like little grains of rice. It is awesome. And then you can mix that with vegetables, and no one will know.
And then Josh wants to know what about baked wings? So
Baked wings would definitely be a much better option. The thing just in general with wings is that, wings, is a lot of the skin. It's not the healthiest part of the chicken, but that would definitely be a really, really great alternative. And you can count it, like I said, if you want to use it as your flex dinner for that night, you can count it as a power fuel.
And we got another shout out to Vane. Vane lost 4 pounds in 2 weeks.
Yay! Congratulations! Good job.
All right. So, other strategies. What about nachos? Talk to us about nachos. Nachos. Okay.
That actually is not a bad snack. That again, you want to try to limit because it would basically count. You can kind of count it as a smart carb, kind of yes, kind of no. But as with anything, just try to minimize the portion. If you're able, like the salsa, which is what you would want to put the nachos in. Salsa is unlimited, as you guys know that did the Turbo Week. That was something that you're able to use,
right, definitely.
All week. So if you want to maybe do a couple of nachos, but then switch to the veggie tray again, and maybe use cucumber slices or some of the other the bell peppers or something like that to dip into the salsa for that crunch, that would be awesome.
So again, you're getting back to the veggie tray. So I actually have to agree with you. The nachos, they're a little dangerous because you don't know what people put on them. So if you just had chips,
I wasn't even thinking about that with the cheese. And yeah.
But if you have some olives or some peppers and some salsa. Chips by themselves are fine.
Yes, that's what I was thinking about. Yes.
Well, because I was going there. I was going full Monty on the
nachos. It is Super Bowl Sunday.
Covered in cheese and all that other stuff.
You're right.
But also, something that people don't think about is that, so there's non-food strategies. So there's some things that you can do to stay away from the food and not have that temptation to stay away from the snack party. So do you have some strategies for us on that?
So definitely like one of the, I know for me, I understand football, but to be honest, when I watch the Super Bowl, I'm watching for the commercials. So the thing is, one of the things I'm gonna be focusing on is the commercials, and you can focus on that. Focus on the commercials during the game, helping with keeping score, with the game.
With our football pool. So what we do is we do a football pool, and so you have to actually pay attention. So the football pool is, who will they show first? Will they show Roger Goodell or will they show Belichick? So those are the types of choices. So you have to have somebody sitting down and paying attention. So that person generally ends up staying away from the snack table. So I found this on USA Today. Their pool party. It's the best. Well, anyway, and it's a really nice graphic and stuff. So I printed. So we're gonna have like 20 people at my house. So. It's a great party, and we have a lot of fun with it. But you get to fill out a sheet for $1, and every year my brother wins. I don't know how he does it, and I don't know how he does it. And then they're like random things, like is the national anthem going to be longer than 3 minutes, or is the first touchdown going to be from an even number or an odd number of person? So you don't have to know anything about football to answer these questions.
I love it.
So it actually works out really well. So it's on USA Today if you guys are looking for it. So let's talk about some other strategies. So the commercials are good.
Yeah, I love the commercials.
Rank the commercials.
Rank the commercials. Find your favorites because you're always talking about it the next day at work.
It is where everybody's like, "Hey, did you see that? Yeah. Did you see that?" And it ends up being like the commercials end up being almost better than the game at some point. Sometimes
it is quite lopsided. So that's all you have.
And I hear the halftime show with Lady Gaga. Have heard that she's supposed to be doing some really great stuff. So there'll be some other things to focus on there. So let's talk about you.
Okay.
Let's talk about you. So let's look at some questions, and we can answer some questions here, and we can talk about you and how you would answer these things. So Christine has been looking at Nutrisystem recipes to get ideas on Pinterest. So we have ideas. So that we actually have some recipes on the leaf.
On the leaf, right?
So you want to share what some of your recipes and some of your ideas there?
So definitely would always recommend visiting the leaf for recipes. And if anybody, I don't know if just in case everyone's not familiar with it, we have our newme.com website and app, so you can track your meals, track your weight loss. and your exercise. And one of the features on there is the leaf where we have recipes. And the great thing about the recipes is that they allow you to be able, they tell you, oh, this counts as a power fuel, this counts as a smart carb, this counts as your veggie. So it's a really a great resource that's on there. I'm not familiar with some of the recipes on Pinterest.
Me neither, but I am familiar with the ones on the leaf. And so so a couple of the favorite ones are like, I always look at trying to do the tasty take. So if you look at that section, it actually takes nutrisystem food and you kind of pair it with stuff, like the mushroom risotto. So this is something that people don't necessarily love, but what you do is you take it and you stuff it into peppers and you bake it, and it's really good. And so not only are we coming up with these ideas, but people. So you guys actually post recipes to us too, and we're like, hey, I love that. Hey, does that work? And then so what we do is we try to see if they're going to work, and then you measure out what the nutritionals are on it, and that kind of stuff. So so when you think about recipes and you think about things that you want to have that can work for you, so there's also the macaroni and cheese. So I'm a big fan of the macaroni and cheese, but I always feel like you need to add something to it. So I already did the buffalo. You add chicken to it, but you can add broccoli to it too. So it's really good. It becomes broccoli, macaroni, and cheese. And then we had somebody who did took our sandwich, the chicken sandwich, and turned it into a chicken Caesar's salad sandwich. So like the bread was on the side. They toasted the bun and cut it up into like croutons, and they had it on lettuce.
I'll look for that one.
You guys are so creative. I love that. So that was another great idea. So let's see. Oh, Nikki says, what's a flex meal?
Okay, so a flex meal is once you get into once you get past that turbo week, for those who are doing the standard women's or men's program, the flex meal is basically a practice meal. So for one lunch a week and one dinner a week, you get to have a flex meal or this practice meal. So for women, a flex lunch is where you have one power fuel and one smart carb. You can always add in like at least 2 servings of vegetables. And for men, a flex lunch would be 2 power fuels and 2 smart carbs with your veggies. And this is in place of having a Nutrisystem lunch. And at dinner time for men and women, flex dinner would be 2 power fuels and a smart carb to cover that.
Okay, so then Nikki also asked, what is a power fuel and what is a smart carb? So I mean, these are great questions, and these are the things. And then when do you start working them in is what she wants to know. So you kind of want to go over what one is the other, and then kind of how you work them into into your diet.
Sure. So power fuels, a power fuel is basically a dairy or protein based item. The nutritional information for a guideline is that it has to be 80 to 120 calories. We want it to have at least 5 grams of protein, so it's a really good source of protein for you. Different examples would be like an 8-ounce glass of skim of 1% milk, a string cheese, a yogurt, 2 ounces of chicken, a half a cup of tuna. Those are some examples. You're also able to find additional information for the power fuels in the beginning part of your daily planner book. The smart carb is that's covering your fruits and your whole grains, your bread, your crackers. Women get to do 1 a day, and men get to do 2 a day.
And I have to say that I don't understand why they get to do 2. And we only get to do 1. It always happens. It always happens, but they
lose weight faster.
And they lose weight faster. So when I have smart carb, it's like apples.
Apples, okay.
Or banana.
A banana, an orange, a cup of grapes, a cup of strawberries or mixed berries, a cup of pineapple. Like now everyone, the halos are in season. You could do 2 halos because
you get 2 halos. 2 halos. I thought it was 1.
Serving.
So talk to me about this. So I know that the power fuel is supposed to go in the afternoon, right?
Yeah. The power fuel you have 3 a day. And then the smart carb is in the afternoon.
The smart carb is in the afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
So with the smart carb, can you move that around a little bit?
You can. And we traditionally have it set for you to have with the power fuel as part of the afternoon snack. But yeah, you definitely can move that around. So some people, if they're having like the cereal, the oatmeal in the morning, they may want to put like the banana on their cereal or something like that, and you can definitely do that. We just want you just make sure you can keep track of it so that when the afternoon time comes, you just have that power fuel and everything will be fine for the rest of the day.
I know this is a question that we get all the time, and it's Josh. Nikki says, I'm sure it will make sense when she gets your first package. It will, Nikki.
Oh, I'm sorry, Nikki.
And what happens is there will be a grocery guide.
Yeah, there will be a grocery guide.
The grocery guide will come, and it'll say, here are the things that you add in. Because the food comes, and the food is great, but you want to add a salad to the lasagna. You want to add, an apple and a string cheese in the afternoon,
right.
Something like that. So they're like things that you get like on the outside of the grocery store. So like not the packaged stuff.
Shopping the perimeter.
Shop the perimeter.
Shop the
I know, but they're getting on to us because now I see refrigerator aisles down the middle. You guys see this? I'm like,
oh, that's really funny.
You're trying to keep me away. You put the cookies right over there. It's a pretty good strategy. You supermarket people. And then a question is, what are your thoughts about only eating Nutrisystem foods through the day and skipping other foods even if you're not hungry?
Oh, that's a good question. And we have a lot of people who have an issue with that. Some people do it on purpose. Some people, they just get busy and they end up not having it. We actually really, really strongly recommend for you to have the grocery food items throughout the day. When you're having the entrees, the breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snack from us for women, and the 2 snacks with the breakfast, lunch, and dinner for men, and you're adding in all your grocery food items for women, that's about 1,200 calories a day, and for men is 15. And our concern is if you're not adding in all the grocery food items, that can usually tend to slow down your weight loss, potentially put your body in starvation mode because you're not getting enough nutritionally. And then usually what ends up happening, people think, oh, everything is great because I'm still losing, but then they hit a wall. And that wall is because they're in starvation mode, and we don't want that. We want you to have a nutritionally balanced meal plan. So if you need ideas about how to incorporate different grab-and-go items, please give us a call in counseling. We can definitely walk you through that.
Well, that's a great thing to know because it's all about preparation. So when we talk about preparing for the game, I always prepare for the week. You get everything ready to go. I put things in sandwich bags so I can just grab them and I can be ready for the week so I don't, get detracted.
Exactly.
But it takes a little planning.
It takes planning, and that's one of the things that I know a lot of people have trouble with. And I remember speaking to someone about it yesterday. Some people are able to plan do all their meal prepping on Sunday, and if you're not that person, at the least the best thing to do is if you can at least the night before, try to plan out what you're going to do, so then at least you can make sure you have what you need with you so that you're not having to make decisions on the fly, because usually that's when we get in trouble.
So you don't want to be starving. So Terry wants to know, are all the new V8 juices good on the plan? I think they're fruit-based.
No, most of those are fruit-based. The only V8 juice that we recommend on the plan is actually the low-sodium V8 vegetable juice.
Right.
4 ounces or half a cup of that would cover you for a vegetable. It's technically an unlimited, it's part of the non-starchy unlimited vegetable servings.
And then Susan wants to know, she doesn't like walnuts or almonds allowed.
Yes, definitely. You can have any nut. 2 tablespoons, preferably unsalted nuts would count as a PowerFuel option.
And then Nina says, when she did Nutrisystem in 1995, bless you, Nina. She may not know, but she had a fish with rice peel off and doesn't see any fish. Is there any reason why we don't have fish?
You know what? That's a good question. We get that question a lot. I'm not quite sure why we don't have too many fish items when it comes to the foods that we send to you. But the great thing is that you do have the 3 PowerFuel servings that you're able to add into your day once you get past the turbo week. So those are 3 opportunities for you to be able to add in your own fish.
All right, great. We're covering a lot here, so I'm going to see if we have one more question. If not, we're going to wrap up because we've covered a lot of ground.
A lot of things.
So to get you ready for the your week for your weekend for the Super Bowl, and also to get ready for your week with Nutrisystem. You kind of want to have a plan. You want to have your warm up. You want to have your offense. You want to have your defense. Oh, Mary says, so you eat every 2 hours?
Yeah, the preference is we recommend eating every 2 to 3 hours. We're trying to have your breakfast within the first hour of when you wake up. That will help to keep the day going and not have it where, and we don't have a cutoff time at night, so please don't be worried about, I have to try to squeeze everything in by 6. Starting with an hour of breakfast and every 2 to 3 hours thereafter would be great.
Right, so that's tricking the metabolism into working longer and then burning more calories.
Exactly.
So it's all part of the plan.
It's all
It's
part
a
of the
science
plan.
thing. We actually have nutritionists and dietitians that are thinking of this stuff and to try to make stuff taste good. So
Yes.
get your offense, your defense, your warm up all ready for this weekend.
Planning is key. Planning is key.
So I want to say thank you to
Thank
Lou
you for having me.
for joining us today. Oh, and what if you're in school and you forget your snack?
Oh, what if you're in school? It's okay. That happens. So what we want you to do is we want you, when you get home, to still try to have the snack, or if they happen to have something in the cafeteria that would cover you for like that PowerFuel or that PowerFuel and SmartCarb that you need to have,
Right.
that would be great. You can always call us. You know, we're here 7 a.m. to midnight Eastern every day. So if you're like, oh my gosh, I'm at school, I don't have anything, we'll be happy to help you with any suggestions. But if nothing else, when you get home, please have it so that you don't miss those calories for the day. Great question.
Terrific question. So we are going to say goodnight and enjoy your weekend and the Super Bowl. And thanks.
Thank you.
Bye.